Can 100 men beat one gorilla?
Brother, 100 men.
100 men are not beating one gorilla.
This is a dumb conversation, and I'm hoping we can talk about way more pressing matters in a second. But can you just settle this for us real quick? Like, if 100 normal, unarmed guys got into a fight with one gorilla, how would it go?
Brother, put Habib and me to gorilla and forget.
100 men versus one gorilla. Who wins? I dare to say that you don't even need 100 men to beat a gorilla. I dare to say if I could pick only 10 people, they could go and face the gorilla. And as the unemployed friend, it is my mission, no, it is my duty to assemble the Legion of Doom, the almighty Avengers, to stop this gorilla. Let's hop into it.
Avengers!
Assemble.
Now, before we go too far into things, we have to go over the gorilla's strengths and weaknesses. I got all this information from ChatGPT. For strengths, immense power. Gorillas are 4 to 9 times stronger than the average human. They can lift over 1,800 pounds in theory. 2. They have a powerful upper body, massive arms and chest for incredible pulling, climbing, and pushing force. Effective in close combat with a bite force of 1,300 psi. For weaknesses, lack of precision, poor motor skills, cannot manipulate small objects or tools with precision. They have low endurance. Muscles are built for short, powerful bursts, not for sustained activity. Poor throwing ability. In this case, it wouldn't necessarily help, but I guess the gorilla could always throw the people. And they are not built for speed, and they have slow movement. That is why for my list, I have not only compiled some of the strongest men on Earth, I have also compiled some of the best fighters on Earth, and I have also compiled some speed and power. I also added in a little honorable mention, but you're going to have to wait to see that one. Coming in our first category of people, that's our strongmen. Those people are the meat shield, and those are the front line of defense ready to take down the gorilla. Our first strongman is Eddie Hall. Not only does Eddie Hall have the world record for the deadlift, Thor doesn't, I don't care. But he can also fight. He has been picking up MMA lately, and he is, well, a monster to say the least.
And final round. Oh! The speed that Eddie ran across the cage. There we go! And on the single leg, trying to fight. Picking one guy up. Slams him down. Eddie Hall! Oh! The right hand land for Eddie Hall. He's knocked him out. One shot is all it took.
One shot has knocked one of the impossible is out cold. And Eddie Hall is victorious in a fight that looked like it wasn't going.
Now I know, this is only a little bit of a glimpse of what Eddie Hall is capable of, but we have a lot of people to get through. So coming in at number 2, we have, as mentioned, Hathor Bjornsson. Now it doesn't come as a surprise to why they call this man the Mountain. He comes in at a height of 6'9" and weighs 430 pounds. Thor is an absolute monster of a human being and seemingly broke Eddie Hall's deadlift world record. Debatably, I might add, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. Not much needs to be said about him. He lets his actions do the talking. And if you didn't think those two alone could stop the gorilla lifting over 2,000 pounds combined off the floor, we bring in for number 3, Brian Shaw, my personal favorite strongman, next to Mitchell Hooper, which might be added on this list as well. Now don't let Brian Shaw's soft exterior deter you from the fact that his height is 6'8", weighing in at over 430 pounds. Not to mention that he has won the World's Strongest Man 4 times in his career, 29 professional victories, and has won the Arnold Classic 3 times. Brian Shaw is not to be messed with.
Colin Bryce, he needs to match Burke here. He needs to get all 8. He's clearing a double-decker bus plus an extra story as he just rips through this. This is about speed. He doesn't doubt he's getting them over.
This is outrageous. The last one.
Oh my goodness.
Get it, Brian. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, easy. That was easy. Let's go, Brian. Come on. Come on. Squeeze, Brian, keep it going. Keep it going. Come on, keep it going. Keep it going. Brian, let's go. Get here, Brian. Let's go. Let's go. Get it, Brian. Come on.
Now to finish off our strongman list, we have Mitchell Hooper. Mitchell Hooper has one of the first Canadian Strongman Awards in 2023, amongst many other Arnold Strongman Awards. Not to mention the fact that he is also repping out 1,113 pounds off of blocks, and he will be breaking Eddie Hall's record very soon. Now that the strongmen are taken care of, we can go ahead and move on to professional fighters. That'll hopefully get the gorilla down enough in time for our linebackers to come in. Coming in at our first fighter, we have Khabib. Khabib is an absolute killer, coming in at 29-0. He holds the UFC Lightweight Championship and is in the UFC Hall of Fame. I think it's pretty self-explanatory that we should just send the gorilla to Dagestan and forget. Next up, we have Dana White's love interest, Jon Jones. Jones is an absolutely insane UFC fighter and is the youngest to become UFC champion at 23. He holds numerous divisional records, including most title defenses, most wins, and longest winning streak. He holds the records for the most title defenses at 11, most wins at 20, and the longest win streak and most submission victories in the lightweight division. Guy's a beast. And now to finish up the fighting category, we have Canelo. Canelo has won multiple world titles in 4 different weight classes. He almost has a flawless boxing record, and I figured while all the other MMA fighters are, grappling him, doing all their techniques, Canelo could just be sitting there punching the crap out of the gorilla, going for the eyes. But now that we have gone over our fighters category, I think we should go over the linebackers. So to sort of wrap this up, we have the strongmen. They are the meat share. They're going to be dogpiling the crap out of these guys, right? And then you have the MMA fighters coming in behind them, doing their thing. And then after we had the linebackers are merely the cleanup crew. So the linebackers, I couldn't exactly figure out which ones I wanted, but I figured, hey, we have to get one from the Legion of Boom, Bobby Wagner. Now, Wagner is a player that I grew up and loved watching. He was regarded as one of the greatest linebackers in NFL history. Won the Super Bowl for the Seahawks in 2013, 10-time Pro Bowler, an 11-time All-Pro selection, and a 3-time NFL tackler. Bobby is not to be messed around with. Yeah, he's getting a little old, but he'll be perfect for the cleanup against the gorilla. Now, last but certainly not least, we have Myles Garrett. He is 2023 NFL Defensive Player of the Year. He also has a 5-time Pro Bowl selection, 5-time All-Pro, and a PFWA All-NFL team member. He holds the Cleveland Browns franchise record for sacks in a single season. And when you watch Garrett play, he is fast and he is electric. Now that we've gone over the 10 people who I believe that can kill this gorilla, I think there's 2 that could be considered an honorable mention. Now, I think debatably we could take out one of the strongmen and that we could still be pretty much okay against this gorilla. But who are these 2 people, you might ask? Coming in at number 1, we have David Goggins. Goggins would simply be the coach. I think the main problem with humans is their lack of coming togetherness, camaraderie, and I think Goggins would be the perfect guy to bring the team together, to give him the pep talk, to get in there and fight this gorilla. Coming in at number 2, honorable mention, we have Mr. James Charles. Now, why would I add James Charles into this? Distraction. You need to distract the gorilla. You bring James Charles in there right off the gate. The gorilla's like, bro, who is this guy? And then he's distracted for a split second, and then you have all the strongmen dogpiling on top of the gorilla. And now this was the top 10 people that I think could take this gorilla. I think the problem is with 100 people versus one gorilla. I don't think the 100 people can come together and beat this gorilla. I think that they would see someone die, and then that they would be too afraid by seeing all the deaths, and then they would try to run away. I think another issue is that you can't necessarily pick the person that you want to fight the gorilla. I would have to imagine it's at random, and at random I guess would mean the average, and let's just say the average American isn't exactly somebody that could take on a gorilla. But anyways, this is my top 10. I hope you all enjoyed this video. It's a little unconventional. I would have loved to go a lot more into depth with all these people, their accomplishments, etc. But then this video could potentially be hours long. But I had a lot of fun making it. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.